Ready, inshallah. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now we have more Muslims, alhamdulillah. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وألحقنا بعبادك الصالحين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Brothers who want to listen to the lecture, come here please. Who want to listen to the lecture, come here. From right side. Whoever have question from right side can ask. أصحاب اليمين. Whoever have question. What? Yes.
Allah is the Lord of the worlds. So what does that worlds mean?
It just means the words itself. Al-Alamin. You see, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, right? The second verse in Quran in Surah Al-Fatiha for us, and first for you, right? Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim not considered as ayah for some, and for us is ayah. This is what you mean, right? Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, right?
So in English it says the worlds, right? So how many worlds are there? What does
Al-Alamin in Arabic, it means everything Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created by simple word. So we are included in this word as a human being, and animals and fish and like bird and sea, galaxies, sun, moon. This we call it Al-Alamin. And of course jinn also, and all these things. Yeah. Who is next? No, raise your hand. You want to ask a question, raise your hand. Dozo.
Stick with Quran, Surah Al-Fatiha. This is actually two questions. The first is the relationship that we have with dichotomy in the Quran, where when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about heaven, he also talks about hell. And when he talks about his mercy, he talks about he's also the most severe and punishing. What is the relationship between his mercy and his punishment? Because in Surah Fatiha, I'm curious what the scholars say, because in Surah Fatiha you talk about he's the most compassionate and merciful. But there's nothing that's right next to that about his severity and punishment, and that is something we recite every day.
We have a verse in Quran can answer your question. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Quran, إِنَّ رَبَّكَ لَشَدِيدُ الْعِقَابِ وَإِنَّهُ لَغَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. Again, إِنَّ رَبَّكَ لَشَدِيدُ الْعِقَابِ وَإِنَّهُ لَغَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. His punishment is, like very powerful, but he is the most merciful. In the same verse. I'm not saying about like two verses or two surah, no. In the same verse. إِنَّ رَبَّكَ لَشَدِيدُ الْعِقَابِ وَإِنَّهُ لَغَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. Why? It's about our nature, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us, of course, so He knows how we are thinking. Our nature is we need balance. If you always give me good words and dealing with me by the way of kindness, always, the person will leave the correct way and start to do some prohibited things. It's the nature of the human. And if you always say punishment, he will also stop doing good things, because like you say, what is the meaning? I will only be punished. So it says like there is punishment and there is mercy. Both. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Quran, رَغَبًا وَرَهَبًا. Sometimes He give you the, like say, I will give you a high reward, I will give you forgiveness, I will give you mercy. But sometimes say, be careful from my punishment. Why? This is the nature of the human, as I mentioned. Even in school, in our schools, our teachers in the past, I'm not speaking about now, nowadays, maybe the student himself kicks the, the teacher. But in the past, it wasn't like that, We see our teacher, we see like, like, they have a stick in the class. Allah, in Azhar like this, you see it, and they have a stick like this. Can you make one mistake? Oh my God. He hit directly, it's okay, no problem. No, nothing wrong in the law. So it means we respect some people, of course, respect the teacher because of his punishment, and some of them respect him because of his knowledge and rank. So we are, yes, all of us students, but we are different categories. Some of them respect only because they scare from his stick. And some of them respect him because of his knowledge and because he is giving tarbiyah and akhlaq and many things. And some, of course, love the teacher because he give reward for the person who do something good. This is the relation. Balance for the human because he or she can't be on one style.
No, but from a lay person, just a lay person, it seems as though his mercy, maybe it's 51%, it's a little bit more than his punishment.
No.
They're equal.
No, it's not equal. It's not equal. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala split the mercy to two parts. One person give it to this world, and 99 keep it in the hereafter. If you speak about mercy and if it balance between punishment and mercy is not correct, you know why? I give that lecture yesterday for Japan Imams Council. I hope I told you if you can have time to listen about this, to hear this lecture. Mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can't be compared with any other thing. Why? If He will deal with you like 1 + 1 = 2, all of us will enter hellfire. With no doubt. You'll ask me why. I tell you. If you want to give shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, shukr, you understand? Yes. Thanks. Yes. To give shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just for this ni'mah, this blessing, your vision. Eyes, 2 eyes. You know how many years you need to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala?
Well, there's a story about this.
Yes, a hadith actually, the real hadith, not story, hadith. Yeah. Yes. How many years you need?
It was over 100 years, I can't remember.
Yes. Some nations say 600 years, some nations say 500, at least 500 years. So I'm speaking about what? This only. But I'm speaking about 500 years or 600 years is not to live 600 years to worship Allah, no. Accepted worshipping for 500 or 600 years. Accepted. Because not everything we are doing is accepted actually. Not everything. Sometimes accepted, sometimes no. Sometimes you are focusing on what you are doing and sometimes no. Sometimes you have pure intention, sometimes you have mixed intention. So speaking about 500 years of accepted ibadah, then you will cover only the blessing of vision. What about nose, mouth, your brain, your heart, and every part of your body? I'm speaking about only body now. Then what about other things? Have family, have kids, have wife, have job, staying in a safe place, breathing for free. These things, think about it. Giving your father and mother take care of you from since like you was born until you became independent person and strong. So if you speak about mercy and punishment, there's no balance. Mercy is very high. Very high. That's why the first verse in Surah Al-Fatiha, Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. And small examples, then it will be like, make it clear, inshallah, for you.
No, it's clear.
Yeah.
I was just wanting you to confirm
Yeah, yeah. So I just like clear for everyone, not for you, for everyone. In the same example which I gave in the school, when our imam or our, not imam, like our teacher have the stick, it doesn't mean that I will be beaten by the stick. He uses stick for who? Yeah, for a person who go against the rules or not doing his homework. So actually, this stick for his for the benefit of the student, not for the teacher. He don't need the stick actually, and he don't need that knowledge he teaching you because he knew it already. It's for you. You see, if you don't do your homework, I will beat you by stick. Why? Because if you don't do the homework, you will not be scholar. You will not learn anything. It's for you. If you didn't stay calm and quiet while the teacher are teaching the people, he will beat you by stick. Why? Because if you speak, you will not listen to him, you will not take any benefit, and not only that, you will give damage to the other students. They will not also listen to the teacher because you are making noisy, and finally, no one of them will be scholar. So what is the conclusion? Here there is hellfire for who is not following the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and here is paradise for who is following the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can choose by yourself. And you remember that everything Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doing for you is for your own beneficial. That's why He is the most merciful. Any other question? MashaAllah, Sheikh. Please. How are you? Okay? Alhamdulillah.
Sometimes in the beginning of the surahs in the Quran, there's just letters like Alif, Lam, Mim, or Sad. These are just letters. What do they mean?
This you will find in most of tafsir books. Most of tafsir books. This كلية الحروف المقطعة. This is a miracle from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, especially to those Arab people at the time of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, this Quran made from these letters, even though you can't give any meaning for these letters. Like this Quran has been made from these letters, Alif, Lam, Mim, Ba, Ta, right? Sad, Qaf. But you can't give any meaning for these letters. Second, this Quran has been made from these letters, but no one of you, you Arabs, like the strongest people and the most powerful people in Arabic, no one of you can make even one surah of Quran like this, made from these letters. You can't even make one page from these letters. You can't even make one verse from these letters. That's the meaning of Sheikh Mohan. Any other question? You are writing for me or what?
No.
Okay.
Just make sure that I write down your responses so I can use it.
Okay. You going to use against me in the court? Okay. Okay.
Now, is it wrong, because you have all of these hadiths, you have a lot of hadiths that talk about if you do X, then you can be promised paradise, you know, if you accomplish X. There's not a lot of them, but there are some, right? Like, for example, the golden ticket. I call it the golden ticket. Is where if an individual, a Muslim, makes the intention and sets about to do 4 things in a day, 10 janazah, fast, eat, all these things. So is it wrong to have an expectation knowing that you should have a good opinion about your God? Is it wrong to have expectation that if you do some of these hadiths, that you will go to heaven as long as you continue to work? Is that wrong to have that expectation?
That's why I repeat, you must listen to my lecture yesterday for Japan Imams Council, because it's answering all your question about this. Because it's speaking about the relation between servant, us, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and does your a'mal, your deeds are enough to enter paradise or not? 31 minutes. Big mistake. When a person think that when he will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he will enter paradise. Why? It seems that the relation between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is business relation. Like if you have a house and I want to buy this house from you. You said my house costs $50,000. I collected the money, I give it to you, you give me the documents of that house, and you change the ownership and give it to me. Now I became the real owner of the house. Why? Because I give you the value of that house. I give you the cost of that house. And not only that, by the law, I can kick you out from the house because now it became my house, right? I became 100% the owner. Why? Because you asked me to give you the value of that house, I give it to you. It became my house. Now, when you speak about us as a servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell you, if you do this prayer, I'm giving the whole image, even in summarization. It seems like that. I did what you said, now give me Jannah. It's my Jannah. Like that kind of conception. This is big wrong. Why? When you are doing something as ibadah, actually you are not doing it by your own. Why? Because we have, as I mentioned last day in the lecture, we have something we call خلق أفعال العباد. خلق أفعال العباد, which means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala create your deeds. Then He give you the freedom of doing or not. Like how? The deed itself has been created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because it's not your own to create something. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created your deeds. Then you have the free will to choose you want to do good thing or bad thing. But the deed itself has been created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the decision by you. Regarding to ibadah, you can't do any ibadah without tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He give you tawfiq to worship Him. Same as we have a father, he wants to teach his son some values. He said, if you give sadaqah to that poor person, I will give you a reward. But his kid doesn't have any money. So secretly, his father put some money in his pocket. So one day, that small kid, he saw that poor person, and he found some money in his pocket, and he gave it to that poor person. And then he went back to his father. Oh, Dad, I did as you told me. As you told me. I did ibadah, I did charity. Then his dad said, I'm proud of you. I'm happy that you did that. And I will reward you. And he gave him reward. But that kid, when he grew up, he understood that who led him to do that, his father. And who put that money in his pocket, his father, not his money. Why his father did that? To encourage him to do more good deeds. It's the same, almost same. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you tawfiq to worship Him. Yes, okay? So it's not you by, I'm a good person and it's not you. We are masakin wallahi. Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
The question is, how do you reconcile that? Or what does it mean to have a good opinion of God with relation to that?
I understand. Wallah, I understand your question. That's why I give you the advice. Listen to my lecture, the whole lecture, 31 minutes of yesterday. In that kind of conception, why we are worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Because we are His slaves. Not because we want His Jannah or we can't guarantee Jannah. No. We are the slaves of Allah as a tax of being a slave to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You worship Him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Quran, وَرَحْمَتِي وَسِعَتْ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ فَسَأَكْتُبُهَا لِلَّذِينَ يَتَّقُونَ. My mercy is, among everyone, but who deserve it? Al-Muttaqun. Pious people. So you need to reach the level of taqwa to receive the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But you can't reach the level of taqwa without the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And by His tawfiq, it's actually out of His mercy. Because how He will give you tawfiq without His mercy? Get the point? Yes. It's circle. Entering Jannah, Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in the hadith sahih, reported by Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim. لن يدخل أحدكم الجنة عمله. قالوا ولا أنت يا رسول الله؟ قال ولا أنا إلا أن يتغمدني الله برحمته. Your amal, your deeds is not enough to make you enter paradise. Then they ask Sayyidina Muhammad, even you are a prophet, the best prophet, the best creation on the earth. Even you, he say, even me. Unless if Allah subhanahu will cover me by his, bless me by his mercy. So why this question? Why Allah subhanahu say in Quran, ادخلوا الجنة بما كنتم تعملون. Enter paradise by your deeds. Then you see now it's contradiction, right? How the hadith say your amal is can't make you enter Jannah, and Allah say enter Jannah by your deeds. Yeah. So what is the link between this and this? Your amal alone is not enough to enter paradise. Amal plus mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Got it? Amal plus mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How to receive mercy? Become from al-muttaqeen. How to be from al-muttaqeen? By the tawfiq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To become a real slave to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the meaning. Enter paradise, that's something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decided out of his mercy, that same as the father who gives his son the money secretly, he said, if I give you more nice example. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in Quran, من ذا الذي يقرض الله قرضا حسنا فيضاعفه له أضعافا كثيرة. Right? When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, if you give me loan, I will give it to you back double or triple. Right? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also mentioned in Quran, وَآتُوهُم مِّن مَالِ اللَّهِ الَّذِي آتَاكُمْ. Give those poor people the money of Allah, not your money. That's the point. So the money itself is not your money, which you are giving charity. It's the money of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And even though, by out of his mercy, he considers you as the owner of the money. Although it's not your money actually. It's not your money. And then he say, give me loan. To give it to the poor, of course, not to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take it himself. Then he say, I will give it back to you with unlimited, much. All of this out of the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then he will give you huge reward. This is the real meaning. So, are we worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Be careful from this point. Are we worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because he will give us thawab and we will enter paradise? Or we are worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because we are his servant and we must worship him because we are the servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the real meaning. If you understand it, everything will be clear. The first category, if you are worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because you are his servant, then you don't care if he will give you Jannah or not, if he give you thawab or not. You worship him because you love him and you are his servant. Clear. But the other category is the worst. He is worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because he is giving him thawab, business. I do this, you will give me this. Which means, if he don't give you thawab, you will not worship him. If he don't give you Jannah, you will not worship him. Then what is the meaning of being slave to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? This is the meaning.
So you have to truly love Allah for Allah's sake and not understand.
You have to understand what is the meaning of being servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and leave the rest for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't go more about this. Understand that you are a slave to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and try to make him satisfied. Otherwise, let Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decide about you. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his mercy is very beautiful. But don't say, I guarantee Jannah for myself. This actually out of rudeness. Out of rudeness. Who can say, I can guarantee Jannah for myself? Who can say this? Who can say? We are not even qualified to cover the ni'mah of our vision. Only. We need 500 years to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or 600 years. We are living how many years? 60, 70? We will die. We are masakeen. So we need the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why I will finish with this. One of the richest people from the type of Salaf, some other great scholars saw him in the dream because he passed away. Then he asked him, what happened to you in the hereafter? He said, when I stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked me, what you brought with you? What kind of a'mal you brought with you? He said, Ya Allah, I didn't bring anything except my raja. I hope to receive your mercy. I did nothing. He entered paradise. Because he knew his real size. He knew his real size.
But that was he had the expectation. That's the person who had a bountiful debt and they came from what they were.
Your expectations that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never give you any kind of injustice. This is your expectation. Not say, I will enter paradise.
But he specifically referenced the mercy that person was saved from.
Yes, mercy. No. We are in our in Aqidah al-Sunnah al-Jama'ah, we say, فَإِنْ يُثِبْنَا فَبِمَحْضِ الْفَضْلِ وَإِنْ يُعَذِّبْ فَبِمَحْضِ الْعَدْلِ. What does that mean? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us thawab, it's by His own fadl, out of His generosity. And if He punish us, it will be out of His justice. Get the point? Get my point? Yeah. I think we don't have time. We can. If 1 minute, 1 minute is okay. 1 minute, please.
I heard from a scholar, I remember, who was reading Ibn Qayyim or Ibn Taymiyyah, I don't remember, but he said, just love Allah is not enough, you need to love Him, be afraid of Him, and hope His reward. And if you are just afraid of Him, and you don't love Him and you don't hope He's the paradise, it's a very bad thing. And if you just love Him but you are not afraid of Him and you don't hope His reward, it's the same bad thing. And if you just hope the rewards but you don't love Him and you don't hope, you are not afraid of Him, it's a bad thing. You need to be afraid of Him, love Him, and hope the rewards.
I give you the answer in one sentence. We believe that our deeds is not enough to enter paradise, right? Okay. We worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because we are His servant, right? Right. And we hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us paradise out of His mercy, not out of our deeds. Got it? That's what I mean. That's what I mean. From the whole lecture. These three things. Got my point, inshallah? Okay. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.